If your 2014 through 2024 Toyota 4Runner headlights are showing their age, they don't have the most stylish appearance, or are not reaching their full potential anymore when it comes to the visibility that they offer, this set of Morimoto XB Evo LED headlights with the black housing and the clear lens will make all the difference. Now, this is a premium set of headlights for the 4Runner owner who wants to invest in their lighting performance with a full LED build for brighter and clearer visibility if you're currently struggling at night with your current set. Now, on top of the big bump in lighting, this is a great choice if you're looking for a modern and customizable choice when it comes to the features that average headlights don't offer, and just an overall sharper look for the front of your 4Runner. Now, along with the style and the additional capability this set brings to the table, they're also a no-fuss solution with a complete kit and a plug-and-play install if you want a hassle-free operation. Now, a big draw to these lights is the very clean build with the crystal clear lens over the dark piano black housing, which balances that dark appearance and unobstructed lighting performance very well, so you can get the best of both worlds. And the lens does also come with a lens heater to minimize frost buildup, adding a little bit more to the design compared to the average set. Now, what's responsible for the increase in light output, however, and the clarity at night are the bi-LED lenses for the low and the high beam, which create a high output and consistent beam pattern for optimal visibility, especially with the sharp cutoff line that reduces any bounce back or any reflection. This also has a Type D high beam assist on the inner corner that consists of smaller projectors grouped into one lens that support the high beams when they're on, boosting that output for super dark scenarios. Now, the biggest feature here, however, is the running light and the turn signals that border the projectors on the inside. And the sharp light bars are configurable with different combinations between sequential and fade off actions, in addition to the choice of amber or white DRL options. So you can set these up based off of your personal build preference, which is pretty unique to this set. And what's even better is that you can configure these just by plugging this plug into the back of the headlight. So if you do want to switch it up or customize it after the fact, you have the choice to do so. Now, getting into the build of these headlights, these have a tough PPS plastic housing, which is great for longevity in the strength of the housing itself. It's very resistant to high temperatures, and it's molded for a direct factory-like fit, so you can expect these to pop right into your truck. Now, the lens on the front consists of a polycarbonate construction, being a tough plastic material that's impact resistant, and this one specifically is UV coated for a new appearance over time to resist any yellowing or oxidation, which is pretty common with headlights. So you're not going to get any of that here. Now, the kit also includes halogen adapters, LED adapters, magnet mount resistors to avoid any hyper flashing or flickering with the high powered LED, DRL harness, fuse taps, and 4 pairs of plugs for the DRL and turn signal settings, as I said, so you can really customize your setup. Now, even though this does all look very intimidating on the table, it's also completely plug and play, so you're not going to have to worry about any additional wiring when it comes to this set. Now, these are about $1,800 for this set, again being a premium choice for headlights in the category, but one of the most unique and feature-packed options as well. Now, with this set, you do get a number of those DRL and turn signal choices, incredibly bright and modern lighting performance, and a sharp appearance for the front of the 4Runner, in addition to the durability of this set, allowing you to enjoy these for the long run. Now, others may not include all of the features that you see with this set, even the Evo hybrid option from Morimoto, which is similar to this set with a more basic function. So if you know you want to invest in a set of headlights for your truck that gives you the choice to tailor them to you, then this is going to be a great option. As I said, this kit is mainly plug and play, no splicing or any additional wiring is required, so it gets a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and the install should take about 2 hours or so in order to complete. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers. They're going to show us a detailed breakdown on how you can get these bolted up to your 4Runner at home. So that wraps it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, Phillips head screwdriver, clip remover tool, and the 10mm socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing headlights on our 4Runner, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is remove our front bumper. We have a bunch of bolts and clips holding it in. So first thing we're going to do is pop off our upper radiator cover. So to remove our radiator cover, we need to remove all of our push clips. Now these push clips are really simple. You just press in on the middle and they pop right out. So we'll do that for all of the clips. Now we're missing one right here, but you would have a clip there as well. And then with all of our clips removed, we can remove our radiator cover. Now with our radiator cover removed, we can remove the push clip on the corner of our headlight on both sides. So we'll grab a clip remover tool to pop that out, and then we'll do the same thing on the other headlight. Next, we can remove this 10mm bolt at the center of our grille. So we'll grab a 10mm socket to take that out. Now on the inside of our upper grille, we have 2 push clips on each side. So we'll get in there with our clip remover tool and pop those out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come down to our wheel well and remove these 3 10mm bolts. So we'll grab our 10mm socket to take these out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come underneath our bumper. We have 3 bolts on the 2 outer sides of our bumper. Might be a little bit hard to see. We'll grab a 10mm socket to get these out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come to the front side of our bumper. We have 2 bolts on either side. The one that has our bumper connected to it is the one we're going to be removing. We don't have to remove the bolt for the splash guard. So once again, we'll grab that 10mm socket to pull this out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Now coming back up top, we just have 2 more things to do. We need to disconnect this wire harness, and there's 2 bolts on the other side of this harness that we need to remove. So we'll press in on our tab, pop our harness out, and then we can grab our 10mm socket for the 2 bolts back here. And now we can grab our 10mm socket for our 2 bolts. So now with everything removed from the bumper that we need to take out, we can start to pull our bumper off. You're going to want to grab an extra set of hands for the other side, and then we'll pop this out from our fender, bring it forward, and then disconnect the connector on the back of either side's fog light. And now we can remove the connector for our fog lights by pressing in on the tab. And now once we have our connector removed, we can do the same thing on the other side and fully remove our bumper. Now to remove our headlights, we have 4 bolts. We have 1 under this cover, 1 here, and then 1 on the side. So we'll take our 10mm socket to get these out. Now for our last one, we can fold back here to pop this out. Next, we can remove our last bolt. So once again, with the 10mm socket. So now with all of our bolts removed, we can pull out our headlight. So we'll fold that tab back again so we can pop it off of our clips, wiggle it out, and then we can disconnect all of our connectors. Just push in on the tabs to remove all of these. And then we can do that same thing on the other side. Now that we have our factory headlights removed, we need to transfer over the lower bracket that our bumper clips into over to our new one. We've got 3 Phillips head screws, so I've got a Phillips head screwdriver to pull these out. So we've got our 3 screws here securing that bracket. and then we'll just move this over to our new one. So now just line this up, slide it into place, and then just thread your screws back in. So now we have 4 modes to pick from on our headlights. We've got our red plug here. That's going to be for white daytime running lights and just your standard flasher turn signal. The blue is going to be white running lights with a sequential turn signal. Green's going to be amber running lights with the standard on and off turn signal. And the black is going to be amber running lights with sequential turn signal. Now for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use this blue one. That's going to be our white daytime running lights and then a sequential turn signal. So I'm going to take that plug, I'm going to match it up right here and just plug it in. Now whatever you do for this one, do the same thing for the other one, and then we'll get these onto the 4Runner. So now I'm going to get my adapter harness onto my factory harness before I get my headlight in here. Now there are 2 different ones included in the kit. There's one for halogen headlights and one for LEDs. Now you'll know which one it is because the connectors are different between the 2. So if you have extra connectors or your connectors won't plug in, then you've got the wrong harness. So all of these connectors here are different, so they can only go into one spot. And then I've just got my one leftover connector. That's going to be for my resistor. So I can go ahead and plug that in. And then the resistor I'm going to take, it's got a magnet on it, so I'm just going to stick it right behind the headlight bucket down to the metal out of the way. So now we're going to grab our headlight. We just need to grab the one connector coming off of our adapter harness, plug it into the one connector on the back of our headlights. Push it in until you hear the click, and then push this red locking tab down into place. And then I'm just going to tuck my wires. Slide my headlight into place. You can pull up on this trim. There's a circle that you need to snap down around the threads. So now you can thread in your 2 screws at the top. And then you've got one towards the middle. And now I'm going to take a 10mm socket, tighten down those 3 screws. And now we've got that bolt at the side. Go ahead and thread that one in. And then we'll tighten that down with a 10mm socket as well. And then you can do that same thing on the other side. So now we're ready to reinstall our bumper. Before I lift this up, I'm going to grab my fog light connector and plug that in. And then I'll do the same on the other side and we can lift this up into place. So now with both of my fog lights plugged in, I'm just going to lift up and align my bumper, slide it into place. So now we're going to start from the top. We've got these 2 push clips on each side of the support bar. Pop those in. And now right below that, I'm going to plug our connector back in, press it in until it clicks. Now we'll come to the center. We've got that 1 screw at the top, and then down below it, we've got the spot for the 2 bolts. And then we'll grab our 10mm socket to tighten all 3 of those. So now I've got a clip here on each side that connects our grill to our headlight. So pop those in. And then we can grab our radiator cover, drop that down into place, and reinstall all of our push clips. Next we'll come back to our wheel well and reinstall our 3 screws. Then grab your 10mm socket, tighten them all down, and do the same on the other side. We'll hop underneath. We've got 3 bolts per side to reinstall. Then grab your 10mm socket, tighten them down, do the same on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Morimoto XB Evo LED headlights with black housing and clear lens for your 2014 and newer 4Runner. Thanks for watching, and for all things 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.